Well, welcome to Debbie's Back Porch. So glad to have you tonight. We're going to make meatloaf burgers. Yeah, you heard me right. Meatloaf burgers. Here are the ingredients. You might want to pause and write these down. When my oldest grandson was little, his favorite dish at Grandma's house was meatloaf sandwich. And I didn't always have leftover meatloaf when he came to visit. So this was the compromise that I came up with. Start here with about a pound of ground beef. We're going to beat up an egg and mix that in. And I have on gloves because the meat is cold. We're going to mix this in really well. Then I'm going to add a couple ounces of ketchup. This is my homemade ketchup. And I'm going to add about a tablespoonful of mustard. Then a little of your favorite barbecue sauce. You know, all of this is just what you want. Just like a meatloaf, you just put in what you like the best. And then mix it up really, really well. Then about a quarter teaspoonful of salt and some freshly ground pepper to your taste. And I'm adding in about 2 tablespoons full of breadcrumbs, cracker meal. This is matzo meal. Depends on the meat that you're working with, but we want enough to hold it together. Test it to make sure that a patty will hold together with some firmness. And if it doesn't, then add a little more breadcrumbs. When it's firm enough, we're going to add in about a tablespoonful of finely chopped sweet red pepper. You can use any kind of pepper you like. Just make sure that it's pretty finely chopped. And a half of a medium onion, also finely chopped, because these are burgers, you know, we don't want little pieces sticking out. Mix this together really, really well. And I'm going to measure out about a half a cup and form these into patties. And you can do this easier if you wet your hands, then they don't stick to the meat so badly. This is going to make about 6 patties. I'll get them as even as I can. We're going to cook 2 tonight, and then I'm going to put 4 in the freezer for a quick lunch later. So this last one's a little smaller than the others. That's okay. I'll have it for lunch. All done? Meet you at the stove. So you knew this was coming, right? Here's my cast iron skillet, and I've put a little olive oil in here. I might have put a little bit too much, but we want it to get hot because these are a different texture than regular ground beef. We want to sear them quickly. So now we're going to just cook these like you would your regular hamburger. We want to sear them pretty quickly to give them some firmness. But cook them as long as you like, as done as you like, as rare as you like, just however you like your burgers. And I don't know about you, but I always like to have a really nice chunk of cheese on my burger. And this is some good sharp cheddar. I'm going to drop it on here, let it sit and melt. Well, here you have it. Meatloaf burgers. And yes, it's a burger. But it's a kind of a special burger. And putting that American cheese on it, actually that cheddar cheese, but real cheese, makes a big difference because, you know, who wants cheese that won't melt? So I'm going to take a bite. It's pretty hot, but I'm going to give it a shot. And you know, I put it on a toasted bun, but you don't really have to add anything else because everything's in it. For joining us on Debbie's Back Porch. So glad to have you with us tonight. See you again tomorrow.